Test, test. Testing your speaker sounds like have a good show. Good evening and welcome to United Soccer FC. My name is Harry, and this week we're going over USL Championship predictions for week 2 and to see how I did in week 1. So let's take a look here. Let's get this added right here. So the score predictions. It kicks off the week kicks off on Wednesday, so got to get this in early. So this is what I predicted last week here. I had Loudoun United losing to Indy 11 1-0. Have to give it to Loudoun United. They came through, and looking at I didn't watch the match all the way through, but looking at it, they controlled the match. There's not much else that you can say. The in the 43rd minute, Kamarni Smith got the goal to put Loudoun up, and that was it. For it here, there was a red card in the 90th minute, but by that point, really wasn't anything they can do. If you look at the momentum chart for it here, it was a pretty one-sided game on here. Looking at the statistics, 63% ball possession for Loudoun United, 37, 9 shots on goal, probably 9 total shots to 4, 3 on target, 5 off target. For Loudoun United, along those lines here. Just if you go through and look at the stats, Loudoun United did fairly well. Have to give credit to them. Next match, I had Charleston Battery winning 2-0. They won 1-0 over Tulsa. Looking at the match, much more even match. There was a red card on DaCosta, and it's a horrible red card. I'm not going to lie to you. Changed the game. But a horrible red card on Rodrigo DaCosta in the 56th minute. He got a yellow on a handball in the 24th minute and they called a foul, but they didn't even touch him. 10th minute, Augustine Williams got the score to put Charleston ahead, and Charleston played solid defense throughout the match. I had Pittsburgh Roving Hounds winning 3-1. I would have nailed the score right if the Riverhounds would have, or pardon me, if Memphis would have converted on their PK, but Graham Smith got a second yellow and was out in the 34th minute. Dane Kelly got an assist, or probably got his 100th goal in the 45+3 for Pittsburgh to take the lead, and then they scored 2 more. Albert Dwaka, in the 76th minute, and Russell Cicerone in the second. And pardon me, got the second goal in the 64th. Just looking at it after that red card, it kind of changed things for that here, as you would expect. I had Miami winning 3-0 over New York Red Bulls. They won 2-0. Looking at it here, goal in the 73rd, goal in the 11th. Looking at it, looked like a pretty even match despite that for it here. But, like I said here, it was, if you're looking at the momentum here, for that here and looking at the statistics, the Red Bulls had 60%. Miami had 40%, which is not surprising for that here. In the first half, where it was a little bit closer, it was 53-47. In the second half, you can tell Miami kind of set back, and it was 68-32% in possession. I'm actually missing a score here on here. Louisville beat Atlanta United 1-0. I had Louisville United winning 3-1, I believe, here on the result here for that here. So looking at the match, Louisville controlled the match. A little bit unlucky on being able to convert. It was a 50-50 possession, if you're following on that, but 23 shots for Louisville City, 7 on target, 11 off, and 5 blocks, compared to 6 for Atlanta United 2. It was just, like I said here, Louisville City only got 1 goal, but through their hair. Moving on up, Colorado Springs. 2-1 win over Orange County. I said 3-1 because I thought Colorado Springs would have got a late goal to seal it. But looking at it here, Neglina got their goal in the 37th minute. Malik Johnson got one 51st minute. And it was actually Orange County pulling one back in the 82nd minute here for that here. I think Colorado Springs is going to be something to look out for that here. Looking at the at the momentum or the flow of the game here. First half was all switchbacks. Start of the half was, and then they got that 2-goal up, and then you could see Orange County becoming a little bit more into the attack at that point. Moving on, had the score right, but the wrong way. I had Oakland Roots with a 1-0 win. RGV won 1-0. Fairly even game. Looking at the flow chart here, the first half was controlled by RGV, who got their goal in the 34th minute by Frank Lopez. For that here, when you look at the match here, the difference was the Toros defense was better than I think anybody thought or that we knew about, because we hadn't really seen anything. But they had 13 shots, only 1 on target, 7 off, and 5 blocks. So possession 52 Oakland, 48 RGV. Like I said here, Oakland had the ball but didn't really do anything with it, and that's going to be a problem for her. My team, San Antonio FC, won 1-0 over Detroit City. San Antonio, got off early. Detroit City got into the game, especially in the middle of the first half, and even I guess you could say up until the goal, they kind of controlled the action for the middle part of the game, and then San Antonio closed it out. San Antonio got a goal from Fabian Garcia with an assist from Justin Dillon in the 68th minute. PC had a PK attempt in the 19th minute and missed. Great save by Nate Steinwasser, who had a heck of a game for Detroit City. Both teams, I think both teams, looking away, on this here. San Antonio had 9 shots, 6 on target. Detroit had 10 shots, 2 on target. And what's kind of funny, if you look at it, the possession was 60-40 first half for Detroit City, second half 51-49 for that here. But yeah, first half was probably lean more Detroit City because they had 5 shots, 2 on target. San Antonio only had 3 shots and 2 on target, and then in the second half 6 and 4 for that here. So through there, Phoenix Rising. What can you say? They won 4-2 out at 3-1. I said it could have been worse. It was 4-0 at half, and Monterey Bay got a couple of goals late in the game. You got one in the 87th minute, one in the 77th minute. But goals for Phoenix in the second, 27th, 34th, and 40th by 4 different goal scorers. When you look at it here, Monterey Bay did okay, in that, but they just got blitzed from the start. When you look at the statistics, it was 52-48 for that here. But when you look, even in the first possession here, or first half, it was 9 shots, 6 on target. Second half was only 4-1 because they were up 4-0. So to me, good shot for Rising to start the season. Next match, I had 1-0 Sacramento. I thought El Paso would be a little bit more defensive, and it was a fairly close game till late. El Paso missed a PK in the 9th minute, but did get, the goal in the 27th by Snope. However, Rodrigo Lopez tied it at 45 plus 5 at the end of the first half, so they go on 1-1. And then, really, if you're looking at the flow chart here, El Paso kind of controlled most of the match. Like when you look at it here, 64-36 in possession. But what happened is late in the 84th minute, Douglas Martinez, was almost on a one-on-one, and Keko got one in the 90 plus 1 to pull away. So score's a little bit deceiving on the Sac Republic El Paso match. Closer game than that. I know what it's leading to believe. Loyal Galaxy Los Dos. This was probably the match of the night, actually. 2-1, but it was a thriller with the goal in the 90 plus 7. Even though there was only 5 or 6 minutes listed on the clock. There was a red card in the 82nd minute to Remy Cabrera. Let's see. It was scoreless at the half. 78th minute, Thomas Among got the goal for the Loyal. Was equaled in the 84th minute by Preston Judd, who's a hell of a player. But if you look at the flow, the momentum of it, San Diego controlled the match. Possession 58-42, total shots 11, 5 on target, 5 off, 10 and 4 and 3 for the other one. There were 3 block shots, but to me, like I said here, San Diego, probably had the better chances throughout the night, but you have to kind of feel for Los Dos. Because this match was headed for a draw. I predicted a 2-2 draw. Unfortunately, Sunday was the big match. Out east, the Birmingham Legion Rowdies 1-1, 1-1 for there here. Tampa scored in the first half in the 34th minute. Marlon got from Birmingham Legion, scored a hell of a goal in the 86th minute to equalize. Pretty even match. Birmingham controlled the possession. However, the Rowdies had more shots, more quality shots on target. It was 2 heavyweights out east slugging it out. And then in the nightcap, New Mexico United 2-0. I had 4-1. And I had the Birmingham winning on against the Rowdies, and they tied. But that was the only tie for that here. So New Mexico got a goal 37th minute, and right after the half, Nico got 49, and then just kind of coasted, through the rest of the match here. For that here, when you look at the statistics, Vegas actually controlled the possession, but shots was 16-8, 5 for New Mexico on target, 2 on target. So it was, big chances, 4 for New Mexico, 0 for, 0 for the Las Vegas. It could have been worse. So. For that here, I finished adding the Louisville score 8 correct picks, 4 missed picks, and of course no perfect picks. Came close a couple of times, but didn't do it. So let's move on to this week. Starting out on Wednesday at 6:30, and then let me make sure I get the 5:38 here. So. I have Atlanta United 2-1 over the Red Bulls. I'm not going to buy the Red Bulls this year. I'm not going to lie to you. 538 has 55% for ATL2. Red Bulls at 21 and draw at 24. Surprisingly, the Red Bulls play in the next match as well, which is on a Saturday. They play at home against Loudoun United. Loudoun United got the upset over Indy. 43% for the Red Bulls, 31 for Loudoun, and 26 for a draw. I got 2-1 Loudoun. I think they're the better team out of the 2 teams so far. I know it's on the road, so let's, but we'll see if they can pull it out here. Detroit City opens at home, going against Charleston. New kid on the block versus the old kid. Get off my lawn. I got the new kids going to Detroit. Detroit, that place is going to be rocking. 538 has it 44 for Detroit City. Charleston 28 and a draw 28. Concerned a little bit about the scoring for Detroit City, but the defense is solid for it here. But like I said, being at home, like I said here, I think at least for now that the recipe should put Detroit through here. Next match, LA Galaxy, San Antonio. I went 1-0 San Antonio. Just not, there's some injuries on the front. So until we get confirmation that they're healthy, going to kind of be a little bit cautious because they're missing 3 of their attackers. 538 has 17 for Los Dos, 61, and 22 for a tie. It wouldn't shock me if this was a little bit more convincing, but until we know if San Antonio's forwards are healthy, they were missing Patino, they were missing Collier, and they were missing one of their left backs, Gigi Torre, going up on the left side here. So I think San Antonio does walk away with the win, but like I said, I don't think the offense is clicking just yet. So we'll give it another week before we start to see that here for that here. Next match, Memphis 901 and Oakland Roots. I got a draw. I have zero confidence in the offenses for both of these teams. 538 has it 44 for Memphis, 29 for Roots, 27 for draw. And it's probably a little bit harsh on Memphis because they were down to 10 men, which kind of alters things. But still, I'm gonna roll with the draw here and give the Roots something. I love for one of these teams or both of these teams to prove that they can actually get shots and put it on target here. Next match, Pittsburgh, Hartford. Welcome back from the bye week. 54% for Pittsburgh for 538, 20% for Hartford, 25% for a draw. It's a hard match to kind of see. Pittsburgh rolled. Not going to lie, they looked really impressive. Mongols, if you listen to them, very, very, very high on the season. Hartford, we got to see how they come out. But having a game under the belt, I'm going to give the edge to Pittsburgh for that here, and it wouldn't even shock me if the game's a little bit out of hand. But we'll go with this. Louisville, Miami. I got Louisville. I think is going to score a little bit more than they did last game. I got 3-2 over Miami. Louisville's got 538's got it at 48%, 26% for Miami, 26% for a draw. It'll be interesting. I think Miami can step up. It'll be a step of a test for Louisville City from Atlanta United 2 to face Miami, the Miami FC. But looking forward to that match. Rowdies, Indy 11. Rowdies at home, Al Lang, 65% favorite. Indy 13% and a draw 23%. You got to show me, Indy. I know you got a coach, and I love the coach with Coach Lowry, but you got to be able to show something to me because week 1 against Loudoun, you laid an egg. Let's see if you got a tougher match this time. We'll see. Rowdies did have an injury. It looked like a pretty serious to one of the center backs, and especially after losing Forrest Lauso. That might be a little bit of concern. Cochran had some shaky moments, but did all right. But so there's a little bit of things that the Rowdies still have to work on. But like I said here, Indy 11 that either didn't get off the bus or didn't show up. I'm not sure, but still some work to do with Indy. Out west, Switchbacks, 61% Monterey Bay on the road tour right now. I got 3-1, but 16% and then 23% tie. I think Colorado Springs playing Colorado at Widener Park is going to be a tough place to play for anybody, let alone an expansion team. And USL's championship did Monterey Bay no favors. Phoenix, and then their next match against Switchbacks. Good luck with that one. Probably the most interesting match on paper, El Paso, 45% favor per 538. New Mexico, United, 29%, 26% draw. I'm going with the draw. These two teams are rivals. These two teams do not like each other. These two teams play tight games. And it is in El Paso. It'll be the home opener. Still, I think there's still some kinks with the new coach that's going on in El Paso, and there's, to be fair, New Mexico has a new coach with Prince, but he was the assistant, so not as big of change compared to the change that El Paso is doing. Will be interesting. I think both teams are a little bit more offensively better this year compared to the past, compared to last year. So it'll definitely be. I think this will be the game to watch if you're up late on there. Moving on next, like I said, here we have Tulsa and Legion. Tulsa 37, Birmingham 36, draw 28. 538's got this a draw. I've got it a draw. 1-1. Like I said here, Legion are a tough team. Tulsa, you got to wait to see what they do for that here. I think two solid teams, and we'll kind of see if anybody can actually get the leg up. But I think most people think this is going to be close either way. That's why I'm picking a draw. Las Vegas hosting the Phoenix Rising. Phoenix Rising gets the opposite of Monterey Bay, with what I feel will be the bottom of the table. Lights home opener 17% per 538. Phoenix 63%. Highest, or actually Tampa was the highest, second highest for the for here, and then 20% draw. I think 3-1. And part of the reason why I say that is Vegas will not catch Vegas Rising sleeping, because they beat them last year. So trust me, Phoenix Rising will be paying attention to what happens in Phoenix. The champs, Orange County, open at home against RGV. 538 has them at 50%, 23% for RGV for that here, and 27% as a draw. It wouldn't shock me if this was a draw, because RGV's defense is a little bit better than what was predicted. But it's the home opener. I know Orange County fans are a little bit salty that they had to go on the road to Colorado. They're not exactly happy with schedule makers along those lines. RGV is making the trip out west. Give me Orange County. Like I said here, in the home opener where they raise the banner for that here. And the final match of the night, Sacramento, San Diego. They got 538 has it 46, 28, and 26. San Diego's lucky that they got away with the victory against Los Dos. For that here, that game most likely should have been a draw. Sacramento better offensively, put it away late against El Paso. Sacramento's kind of had a tough draw to start out with here. One at home, one on the road here. San Diego home for the two. Give me the draw here on this one here. I think these are going to be two playoff teams that are going to battle. It'll be a close match. Injuries, red cards, could play a part. So that is it for week 2 of USL Championship. If you have any comments, say, hey, you're your way off your base. Please let me know. Hope you have a wonderful day and a good evening.